Welcome back, everyone. It is Monday, August 11th in the MLB. Our three favorite picks are on the way. We hope you guys had a great weekend. Let's hopefully start the week with a 3-0 sweep. But first, as always, it is Austin, joined by Logan, recapping yesterday, our first actually bad day in August, our worst day. We went 1-2. The strikeout parlay smack, so we love to see that. But Logan and I both lost our individual picks. Braves and Mariners under 7.5, never stood a chance after Hauser gave up 4 in the first. And then Brewers team total under 4.5. So glad we didn't do Mets money line. We were going between both of those, but either way, a loser at the end of the day. We need to bounce back today, Logan. The start of new series. Let's dive into things. Of course, we appreciate you guys for tuning in. Do us a favor, go down below, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We'll be doing a bunch of picks, obviously, every single day. NFL's on the horizon, so get locked in with us. Of course, I do want to point out we've been posting some Chalkboard entries. Chalkboard, they just changed up their offer, so if you're interested, Chalkboard, a great daily fantasy app. I'll pull up a state map in just a second, but right now, if you use my code COS or the link down below in the description, they're giving you a free $20 regardless of deposit. You don't even have to make a deposit and they give you a free $20. Doesn't sound like a great business plan for me, but I don't run that business. Again, sign up using that code COS. I certainly would appreciate it. Again, if you're in one of these states, what are you waiting for? Free $20. Get on in there. I post a daily Chalkboard slip every single day. Get on in the Chalkboard. I normally post it on Twitter though, so go check that out. It's normally posted by noon Eastern time. But Logan, we need to lock in today. We need to deliver the people some winners, and I have faith that you can do just that. Logan, you got a player prop today, as do I. Take it away.
Yeah, I do like our card with a couple player props on here. Yesterday, just a flop of a pick with that Brewers team total under. They got every timely hit, but today I'm going to need some timely hits from the Reds. We're fading Taijuan Walker over 2.5 earned runs. Minus 125 odds on DraftKings is your best value in there. Now, obviously, this is an earned runs prop. If you want to tail it on other books that don't have earned runs market, maybe you mess with the Reds in the first five. You could trust Andrew Abbott there. But I do want to isolate this fade to just Taijuan Walker. And I remember in his last start, I was actually there. I was at that Phillies game. We need the Reds to get hits and runs up on Taijuan Walker today. Coming off 14 runs yesterday, I think the task is manageable. I mean, the Reds prior to yesterday hadn't been seeing the ball all that well, but then they just exploded for some runs. Hopefully they can continue that sort of offensive momentum back at home in Great American Ballpark. And I mentioned Taijuan Walker, who starts for the Phillies today. He's got a 3.53 ERA, 1.3 whip. Solid numbers for Taijuan Walker. I mean, if you told the Phillies they were going to get a Taijuan Walker under 4 ERA this far into the season, they'd be more than thrilled with that. He's coming off a 6 innings pitched, 0 earned run shutout of the Orioles. In that game, I really just it was the eyeball test, but it was also the Orioles lineup. It was a combination of a few things. Number one, the Orioles were just doing exactly what Taijuan Walker wanted them to do, and that's just a lazy rollover ground ball outs. That plays to his strengths, especially there were not a lot of hitters that really challenged Taijuan Walker. You have to be patient. You have to get him deep into counts, and obviously you have to wait for him to make mistake pitches because that's how his ERA was higher early on in the year. He was just making mistake after mistake. His expected ERA is still 36th percentile. In his expected ERA is still 36th percentile at a 4.21. His whiff percentage is 8th percentile, and his K percentage is 18th percentile. Now, why do I bring up the whiff and K percentage? Well, because the Reds really struggle against strikeout pitchers. Strikeout dependent righties is who you want to target against the Reds, but this isn't Taijuan Walker. I mean, they're ranked 22nd in strikeouts on the season. He's not a consistent strikeout guy. I mean, his ceiling is typically 3 to 4 Ks, and hopefully the Reds cannot be poverty up at the plate. Do not swing in the dirt because he will throw dirt balls. Do not swing at them, and we should be in a good position to walk. I mean, really, when it comes to Taijuan Walker, you got to walk against him. I know it's in the name. I know we can make that funny pun, but really, you just have to draw walks. You have to be patient against a guy like him. Because if he's going to throw you those pitches that he just wants you to roll over on, do not, and just take your walk. In his starts prior to his last start, he allowed 3 earned runs in 2 of those 3 starts, and the 2 earned run start came against the White Sox, and that was on 7 hits. So really, you could look at that and say the damage could have been a lot more for the White Sox, but they only got 2 hits off or 2 earned runs off of him. And so hopefully the Reds, if you told me they could get 7 or more hits off of Taijuan Walker, I would say surely we can find 3 earned runs in there. The Reds are an aggressive team early, and that should actually pay off against Taijuan Walker, who allows a 314 batting average first time through the order. that's when it's best to target that's the best time to attack Taijuan Walker is first time through, because second time through he settles in a little bit more. It's a little bit erratic sometimes first time through, so hopefully they can get to him. Just be patient at the plate, like I said, and Taijuan Walker will make the mistakes, especially at Great American Ballpark. The Reds are hitting 242 in their last 5 games versus right-handed pitching, but that number over that time span is 264 at home. So they've been a lot better offense at home, and hopefully they can continue that at Great American Ballpark. And speaking of Great American Ballpark, according in Ballpark Pal, plus 20% in home runs today in Cincinnati. That's great news for us. Again, Taijuan Walker, if he hangs a few mistake pitches, which I know he's capable of, I've watched enough of his starts. He's not a spring chicken. Hopefully we can go over that earned runs. Love that as my favorite pick of the day. But also you got a player prop as well. Where are you going?
I have a rare K prop. Yeah, we haven't taken a bunch of strikeouts this season, although I believe our record on them so far has been pretty solid. I'm not normally a K guy, but I really like this one today. I normally don't do Ks just because the umpires can really screw you, and hopefully that's not the case today. Today we'll be taking an under in Ks for a guy making his first start back from Tommy John surgery. If you look at the card, you probably would be able to find him. Christian Javier. I'm taking his under 4.5 strikeouts, which is currently minus 135 on Bet365. A little bit more juice than I wanted to play. It was minus 120 when I woke up, but it was quickly started moving. I'd played about minus 150. I really don't think the line should be 4.5. I think it should be 3.5. I think he's going to struggle to get 3 Ks in this matchup. This is a guy that has struggled with command over the last few seasons. Coming back from Tommy John surgery, I find it hard to see him getting 5 strikeouts, say, on a limited pitch count. But let's talk about Javier. Well, like I said, it's coming back from Tommy John surgery. Now, you don't really want to root for guys coming back from that injury, but it's not like he hasn't started in the minors. He has made a few appearances, 5 starts in the minors, 14 innings, 8 earned runs, 15 walks, and 15 Ks. That is his game. He will walk a ton of guys. And if the Red Sox legit just stand with the bat on their shoulder, they might not even have to swing the bat. I'm not confident he can throw 3 strikes before he throws 4 balls. He has really struggled with his command. We've kind of seen that over his career. In 2022, Javier was a beast. He had a 33% K rate. 2023, it dropped by 10% to 23%. And 2024, when he did get injured in May, it dropped all the way down to 18%. It's the guy that has struggled ever since that 2022 season. Teams have figured him out, and they know what the scouting report is, and that's kind of just not swinging at his dirt balls. And I think the Red Sox can do that. We've seen the Red Sox in August. They own the 3rd highest walk rate versus righties, as well as the 7th lowest K percentage versus righties. We saw them run up Michael King's pitch count when he returned back from the minors, and he threw about 60 pitches in 2 innings. I mean, we look at Javier, he's yet to throw more than 80 pitches. His last outing in AAA was 77 pitches, and I just don't see them running him out there and saying, hey, 90 plus, go out there and have fun. This is a guy coming back from Tommy John surgery. They kind of let Lance McCullers Jr. not pitch too far into his first outing, and he was pitching really well. I just don't see it being a great spot here for Christian Javier to get 5 strikeouts. I don't see him going more than, honestly, 4 innings. This is a guy that really struggles with command. He could go out there and have a 25, 30 pitch first inning, even more than that. We've seen it happen before. The Red Sox have tattooed some right-handed pitchers recently. Like I said, they didn't even crush Michael King, but they ran up his pitch count and got him out of there. I think he only had 1 strikeout in his 60 pitches. And I would say Michael King probably is a little bit better stuff than Christian Javier does. He struggled to get the Ks in the minors. I just don't see how he's going to get them in the majors. I mean, I get it. You want to root for a guy coming back from an injury like this, and he can pitch well, but there's going to be nerves. There's going to be jitters there. I could see him struggle in his first start before maybe settling in his second and third start. I just think a 4.5 lines, a tad too high, and a really tough matchup here against the Red Sox. So I'll take his under 4.5 strikeouts, minus 135. I get a little bit juice. If you're on DraftKings and maybe you see a minus 150 line, I don't mind parlaying it with Javier to walk 1 batter. I'm pretty confident he's going to at least walk 1, if not 2, maybe 3 or 4 guys today. If you want to look for a ladder potential, I don't even know the odds on him to walk like 3 or 4 guys, but it would not shock me today if his stat line's like 2 2/3 innings pitched, 4 or 5 walks, and maybe 2 strikeouts. Like, the Red Sox have the ability to do that. They have guys in that lineup that can draw those walks. If you're looking at Javier, him to walk 3 batters today, I'm looking at plus 190 on DraftKings. It's plus 550 for him to walk 4. It wouldn't really shock me, honestly, today. If that happened today, I think those lines won't even be close to that when he starts to get a regular pitch count. I'll take Javier's under in strikeouts. And our third play of the day, you guys have a chance to unlock it. all you got to do is go down below, hit that like button. 500 likes, I'll post our strikeout hit rate parlay into the pinned comment. Go do it. It's free. Hit that like button. Let's start off the week with a bang, and we'll post that down below. Yesterday smacked. We love today's. Again, check it out. Hit that like button down below, and we'll post in the pinned comment. Once I see the 500 likes, I post it. Now, I'm not going to be like right onto it to a T, but I normally refresh it every like 30 minutes to see where we're at. So check it out. If it's not, once we hit 500, which hopefully we do, you'll see it down below in the pinned comment. Check that out. Let's have ourselves a day. To recap the card, we have 2 player props, which we don't do all too often. Taiwan Walker's over in earned runs. Javier's under in strikeouts, and we have our strikeout sheet with the link down below. In the Dub Club, you can get it. You can join. It's only $15 a month. You get 1 month for free if you click the top link in the bio or in the description. And of course, actually the second link, because the top link will be the join chalkboard. Again, you can sign up using our code COS. You get free $20 without a deposit. It's a no-brainer. If it's in your state, get on it. Let's have ourselves a day, and we'll see you guys back tomorrow with some more picks. See you then. Peace out.